A friend of mine who's a school teacher asked me the other day whether it's worth starting a YouTube channel for kids or not. So I thought to myself, why not make a video about it? So guys, in this video, I'll spill all my secrets that you need to know in order to start a YouTube channel for kids. And you're going to be able to draw your conclusions based on the information in this video. This is Nader from Prodvigate, and here on this channel, we help you build your channel from the ground up. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about the characteristics of content made for kids. Content made for kids and the rules that apply to it are only for kids, as you might have guessed. But a completely different audience can be defined as kids in different countries. Somewhere it may be people at the age of 14, and somewhere else 18. And in each country, this age is determined by its own law. For example, in the US, everyone under the age of 18 is considered a minor. But from a certain age onwards, kids can be allowed to do certain things that they weren't allowed before. For example, they can get a job from the age of 14 in the US. And it turns out that from the age of 14 onwards, kids can get started on YouTube and make money. However, there are a few nuances that I'll touch upon in this video, and you have to watch it very carefully. So, on YouTube, the category of content made for kids indicates to kids under 13, and it doesn't matter what kind of law you have in your country. That's just the rule on YouTube, and everyone older than that is determined by each country on its own. If you aren't signed up on YouTube but decided to go to the platform and watch a video like this one, for example, you become a child by default. And most of the content on the platform isn't really shown to you, and it's safer for YouTube to do that by default than just get in trouble. And we'll get to this one later. Content for kids can also be educational or entertainment. This includes videos where kids are taught something like fairy tales, cartoons, and TV shows, especially when there are kids who participate in this video and do something. If your content is for teenagers over the age of 13, then keep in mind that it's no longer considered kids content, and this is content for a wide range of audience. And it seems like YouTube itself doesn't fully understand which content is for kids and which one isn't. Content for a wide range of audience may be interesting to kids, but it isn't really targeting them. For such videos, it should be indicated that they aren't really intended for kids. So let's figure out what things don't really apply to content made for kids. According to the FTC, or the US Federal Trade Commission, a video is considered for kids if the actors or characters involved in it, the activities, games, as well as the songs, stories, or other materials used in this video target only kids. And all other types of content don't really apply to this rule. For example, family vlogs, videos where adults, for example, sing some kids songs, animation, videos about video games like Minecraft, for example, that can be mainly watched by adults. Everything that's not done only for kids isn't really considered to be content made for kids. So how YouTube controls and defines content made for kids? YouTube has an automated system that analyzes what's taking place in your videos. The video metadata, the description, the content, and even what's behind you in the background. However, only you can define your content as suitable or unsuitable for kids. But if you've done that incorrectly, YouTube will get out of its way to fix it. And keep in mind that if you mention that the content is made for kids when it actually isn't, you can actually get in trouble, perhaps put on trial. So this doesn't really apply to those videos that are meant to be, family content or kids content. But if you fill your video with violence, animal cruelty, or other, 18 plus content on your channel, then yes, you'll get in a lot of trouble. You can adjust everything yourself so that YouTube doesn't have any complaints about you, and you'll never have this issue. And also keep in mind that for all old videos, you also need to select the audience because you can customize the video individually or set the settings for everything all at once. If you understand that you can't decide whether the video is for kids or not, it's better to get support right away. Only the YouTube managers can help you do that. If you're struggling to grow organically on YouTube, I recommend you using our promotion service, Prodvigate. Our smart algorithm will analyze your channel and recommend your videos only to your target audience and only to real people without any cheating methods and bots because we're an official Google partner, so there is no doubt that you'll be seen by active users keen on your niche. It's easy and fast to run ads with us without wasting time studying the Google Ads settings. For those who want to try to launch their first ads campaign, we have a promo code with a 20% discount on the first promotion. So move forward with us and reach your target audience in no time. So if you've decided that your video is made for kids, YouTube would still double check it before posting it. YouTube is a very quick platform to respond to user complaints about this content that is made for kids because they had huge fines from the US government for violating the law of safety of kids on the internet. So if you want to protect your kids, the YouTube Kids app is the safest app for them. In addition to the strict selection of videos, the application has a lot of useful features, especially for parents. You can create up to 8 profiles for your kids, as well as select your own content settings and recommendations for each one of your kids. If you want to fully control what your kids can watch on the channel or on YouTube, you can use the approved content only mode, and in this case, only those videos and collections and channels that you select will be available to watch, and your kids won't be able to search for any other things on YouTube. You can select videos depending on the age of your kids, and you can also limit the time spent on the app, which is really important for parents right now. According to the US law on the protection of children's personal information on the internet and other legislative acts, YouTube has removed the following features: the autoplay on the main page, hints and screensavers, logos, sponsorships, comments, donations, likes and dislikes, the notification icon, personalized ads, the playback, super chats and super strikers, the ability to add a video to the regular playlists or the watch later playlist. So does it make sense to start a YouTube channel for kids? Well, YouTube's provided a ton of data on how to create a channel for kids correctly. It did explain in detail and very clearly everything that authors should take into account when creating content for kids. And I'll leave you a link to this in the description down below, so take a look at it. So nobody prohibits ads on YouTube. For example, showing how kids play with some toys, of a certain company is not at all banned. And it turns out that in addition to monetization, you'll still be able to earn money from sponsors. But before you rush into content made for kids and this sort of ads, first read about advertising in the niche of kids content, and I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And keep in mind the fact that child labor is prohibited in the entire world. And YouTube can sometimes identify some actions with kids in the video precisely as exploitation of kids. And in fact, it's better to make, children's channel for kids than a channel with kids. Despite the fact that the cost of advertising in children's content has dropped significantly, and it hasn't affected big channels so much, but they still continue to make money right now, and it's okay, but small channels suffered a great deal. In general, I can say one thing for sure. Today, without assessing all the risks, making content for kids won't be a great idea if your goal is to make money. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching and making it to the end. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and activate the bell so you don't miss out on our future content. Thank you so much and see you next time.